the world of Twitch and whatever. So, where have we left last time with our beautiful Necronomicon? Just a moment, I'm gonna set up a few things here. So, I've been looking around and I've been thinking to do some corners for this book. And I have taken some selections from the internet, some references that look pretty fantastic from many points of view. I was thinking going something with this design because it's the most flexible one, and maybe even this one has, but this one looks a little bit more fancy. This one looks really interesting, but I don't want to copy paste this one. We'll do our own. This one doesn't look bad either, but we shall see. This one is more or less like the initial one. This one is a little bit more rounded, but I think we can borrow some elements from here and there and see how we can do our corner. And we'll use some advanced elements, some advanced techniques today to make these corners fit into the page and maybe create some path effects for the perspective. We shall see. We shall see. So, first of all, we need a corner. So how do we start with a corner? I think we should start with a 45 degree. With a 45 degree. So we need to make it the top. We need to make it round, and we need to make a 45 degree edge. So let's take our beautiful Bezier pen and let's draw a shape, which I'm not drawing. Beautiful. Shape, shape. And since it's 45 degrees, it's gonna be here. So shape. Actually, no. Let's do it from the top. So click, click, and now 45 degrees like this. Click, and we can go like this and like this. Bam. Doesn't look too great at the moment, but we shall fix it and make it look wonderful. Maybe a little bit higher. Let's make it full. Let's go with maybe this green. Let's look at the colors, full opacity. Maybe even a little bit higher here. Lower here. Okay, so first things first. Oh, we don't need the border. Maybe a little thicker. So we need to duplicate this. Usually we can do this like very easily with a copy paste, and bam, it looks like that. But the problem with this, first of all, there is always that gap that we need to fix, and it's not always visible, but sometimes it becomes when you zoom in and out. But I think this is not the issue. The issue is that if, for example, we decide to edit one of the corners, one of the nodes here, we also have to do it here, or we have to delete this part and copy that part. So it's a pain to just redo everything. So I'm gonna show you a really neat technique. So in order to do that, we're just gonna delete this part. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go to our path effects. Also, you can find path effects here in in path effects. And we're gonna do this, and we're going to look for a mirror. Voila. And it automatically goes on the horizontal part. And now, if I go and I try to move this, you see it moves in both directions. Okay. And we can leave it at this for now. But as I was talking about this, I just realized, first of all, we need to create around it corner. So in order to do that, just gonna repurpose this a little bit, maybe a little higher. Yeah, well, nah, maybe even more. Even more. Now it's a little bit too much to the left. Maybe even more like this. And now if we look, yeah, that corner looks beautiful. I love it. And you must love it too. Okay, so what shall we do? What shall we do? Thank you, random stranger, for giving me that Bob Ross icon. We all love Bob Ross. I have. Oh, look. Oh, come on, enter. Oh, that's so cool. I have this emojis to reply back and make my audience happy and alive. Look at me. So, okay, we did this corner. Now, what should we do next? Next, I think we should go with the design. So we have many designs here, but I think we should build our own. So in order to build our own, we're just gonna flex our muscles a little. Let's first get this thing smaller so we see what we're working with. And look at our reference. So more or less this is the shape that I chosen. And these are some designs that we can put inside. So how do we do that? I'm gonna take this thing and let's just, I don't know, let's draw something. Oh, I think we should try first to see how this looks with an ellipse. So for example, if I try to make a weird shape with this polyline. We need to put it black. So it's gonna start thin, go thick in the middle, and end thin at the end. So if we're gonna do that, oh, this is horrible, but we're gonna still try. You see, it looks sort of like this. So the cool thing about this technique is that we can sort of like find a middle point for it, in the sense that we can play with the thickness. like this. But I think this is not the best approach. Simply because I don't know. This is gonna be a small detail in the corner. So starting like with these lines that go from thin, thick to thin, it's gonna look awkward. So let's try to do something a little bit more interesting. We're gonna remove the eclipse and go with normal or none, sorry. And let's try to do something like this for now. Just an experiment, just to see how it looks. And we're gonna remove the color and put it like this. So now let's look at the line, at the stroke. So we want it to be rounded, perfect. It's rounded in the corners. And maybe we want it maybe a 4 to be a little bit more thick, to have that thickness. So let's see. If I'm gonna make it smaller, let's modify this to 4 again. Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this in a group. And I'm just gonna draw in the group. And I'll show you in a moment why. Oops. So let's try to do some more elements here. And let's see, a little bit like this, a little bit like that. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I must have forgotten to put the rounded edges. Yeah, now we have it perfect. Okay, so why did I put it in a group? Because I'll go in the group. Because now I can also apply to the group the same path effect. So if I go to path, I go to mirror, bam, we have a mirror. And let's move this group a little bit. Oops, the whole group. If we move the whole group, it's not moving the group. Whatever. If I move it like this, ta-da! Now we can work directly in the group and create new elements. So for example, maybe I want this to have more parts, like this. And it applies there directly, so I don't have to constantly duplicate the mirror to duplicate the effect for the mirror to other elements. So that looks nice and cozy. Don't worry if it's not perfect, it doesn't need to look perfect, because these are going to be small. Can even go with some... let's try to see how does this look. Oops, it's not in the path, it's not in the group. Ooh. Well, that looks really cute. There is one problem though that I have noticed. The problem is that the group has the mirror set in the wrong place. So in order to fix that, we need to move the... Okay, first let's activate the snap. And now let's kind of snap it in here in the middle. Perfect. I love it. Either looks like boobs or like a little squid guy with curly hair. I don't know. One or the other. But we shall add more details. Maybe even make them look like boobs. Or not. Or not. this a little bit closer. Super duper. Maybe this one a little bit more curved. Even super duper like this. There we go. What else? What else? What else can we do? Let's try to do something interesting here, like this, 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 and bam, go in the group. And it's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, it was sleeping. Nobody knows. Okay, now let's add some more elements. What else should we add? Maybe even more leaf things, like this, oops, this, hey, this, and this. Okay. And maybe we can add more circles. I don't know, something like this. Maybe something like this. Maybe we can even add something inside this leaf. And maybe something like this. Something like this. I don't like that. Let's just try to... Oops. We don't need you. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. We're just experimenting right now. So even if it... But I'm curious, what's gonna happen if we're going like this? And then we cross over here. Oh. Ooh, I like that. Let's see. Well, I think we can pull this a little bit more like this. And I think we can even continue from this point, just as an idea. And end it here somewhere. Me gusta. But here we need to fix a few things. First of all, this is not curved enough. Second of all, this needs to be a little bit more fluid. Yeah, that looks interesting, to say the least. It doesn't have to be an intricate design. It can be just like something super easy. I think we can add more elements to this. This one is a little bit too... Well, no, that doesn't look good. No, no, no. What did I do? Oh, let's try something different. Let's try, oops, like this and this. That was not the form I was going for. I was trying to make a heart. That doesn't look like a heart. Let's try again. Oh, I know how to make a heart. I know, because I'm a heart master. Don't quote me on that. And I can duplicate this, take it like this, and put it something like this. The heart master strikes again. Heart attack. Doesn't need to be even, just needs to look... Oh my god, what did I do? I didn't put the parts inside the group. Now I'm going to be jinxed forever. And why are you not activating? Ah, hate you. Hey! Okay, now it works. It needs a little nudge from time to time. I think we can add something interesting in here as well. Let's try something like this. Oh gosh. So, I was thinking doing it like this, pushing it a little bit like this. Maybe a tiny bit more like this, huh? I like it. Has this Viking kind of look for it in this area, you know, the Viking nods. But we shall see, we shall see. It doesn't need to be perfect, we can always retouch it. This is just the draft, and we're going to come with more details as we level up. Let's add one more curve here. I don't know, something to fill up this void, this empty space in my heart. No, this doesn't look good. Like this. Like this. I don't know. And again, I haven't placed it in the wrong position. In the right position. Okay, so now we have to fix it a little bit. A trick to make it more curved is to add a little knot here and move this, move this, move this. Oh, look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at it. It's like, notice me, senpai. Okay, don't notice me that hard. And this one needs to be a little bit inside. We need to make it blend with this curvature. This one needs a little bit more curve here. Curvy curves. Curvy curves. Trust me, they're the future. Maybe that is a little bit too close to the edge. So maybe we'll just pull it a little closer. OCD, OCD, OCD. Yeah, something like that. A little closer like that. Perfect. And let's add. This is interesting. You know, it kind of swirls inside of itself. Maybe something like. Oh, wait. I always forget to put myself inside this element. Why are you putting it outside when I'm telling you to put it inside the group? You naughty little thing. Yeah, yeah, that looks nice. This area though, let's see. What can we complement here? Maybe add something like this. This. So basically something that we did on top but inverted. And a little bit more natural, please. We like natural curves, not fake curves. Maybe I can extend this a little higher and do this a tiny bit more like this, tiny bit more like, ooh, this is starting to look nice. Yeah. Yeah. And actually here can be sneaky and we can add something very close to this thing. Maybe even maybe even a full form. Let's see. But in order to do that, we need to make it outside of the group. Because I kind of want to make it something like this. I'll fix that after. Let's see. Something sort of like this. But in order to do it right, we need to do it wrong first. So like this, like this. This needs to be higher. And I was thinking of making it like this and like this. And we already see a problem here. Okay, first problem, it's not centered. Okay, this is centered, this is centered. Second problem is that, still connected with this. Needs to be symmetrical. Symmetry is important when we make it right. Actually, interesting. So let's look. Let's have a look from the outside. Yeah, we need to extend this a tiny bit more like this, and a tiny bit more like this, and more like this. I think that's a keeper. You know, it's like yin and yang. This is filled, this is empty. Just like compensates for the positive and negative space. We can leave a little bit more space here for air breathing towards the outside because it's not so healthy, not so healthy, not so crowded in terms of space. And what else? What else can we do? Let's do something to the edges here. The edges here, we can do some discontinuation between this and this. So we can do something like this, this. Let's see. Oh, that looks horrible. My bad. Now this needs to be put inside. And this needs to be set up like this. Oops. Come on, go inside the path, the group. You little cheeky monkey. Okay, that looks nice. So what else can we do here? We can... I think we could try... some more shapes. Some more shapes just for testing purposes only. Don't worry, no animals were being used in this experiment, aside from myself. This needs to be a little bit more extended like this. This needs to be lower. It's not bad, but I think we still need some elements here. This space is too much. So we should put some, maybe some circles. Let's see how some circles look like. Yeah, that does help. And maybe I could actually duplicate this and put it here. Actually, let me try something. I always wanted to test this. Oh. Maybe a tiny bit more. I don't know. I feel like it needs more space here and here. Well, hopefully it looks okay. But again, this is just something that we shall build upon, because I want to make this a metallic surface, so we shall use some interesting elements. We still need to cover this side somehow. Let's see. Maybe if we go here and we add one more curve. And we put it like this to look more natural. Okay, that looks wonderful. I like it, I like it. Maybe we can even add one more curve here just to close this bridge up. I think this one is too out of place. Maybe just add a little tail here, just for the fun of it. a little monkey tail. Yeah, that looks okay. Maybe this one could use a tiny bit more curvature. Okay. No, actually it needs to be a little lower like this. Maybe a tiny bit higher. I know, I am stretching it. But it looks nice. What else can we do here? Okay, so the top here, it's still too airy. I mean, this area can be, because this is very dense, so it needs some negative areas, some negative space in context to its positive elements. But here, I'm thinking. Let's try something interesting. If I do something like this, oh, and then something like this, and one more like this. Oops. But again, let's play with a little bit with the dimensions. So this needs to be a little bit longer, little higher. This needs to be a medium. Sort of like this, just very subtle elements. And this one needs to be very, very short, because it's the little brother of all of them. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know. No, they look out of place. Have a nice day. Oh, oops, I can't delete you like this. I shall delete you like this. Well, we tried. We tried, we failed, we start again. Don't you worry, child. Everything is gonna be alright. Maybe something. Let's do an interesting shape here. Maybe something like this. And something like this. Something like this. This is gonna look horrible. Yep. Let's make it look more organic then. Oh, I know. Let's make it like this. But then again, let's make it a little arched. Arch. 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 Arch, you bastard. Yeah. There we go. Show me those curves. Wiggle it. Maybe I can even do something a tiny bit like this. An interesting S shape. This is proving a little difficult. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Just need to move it a tiny bit more to the left. Maybe a little bit more here, a little bit lower here. I adore it. I don't know about you, but I think it's starting to look wonderful. I think this one needs just one more tail here, just for good measure. Something like this. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Mm, yeah, it does add that. I don't know. A little bit of sass into it. It's sparkly. It's interesting. Maybe maybe here just a tiny tail, and I think we're almost done. Come on, give me that tail. Like this. Let's just center it. Bam, 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 bam. I think that is a good equilibrium. Let's look at our. Well, they leave more space to the edges. I didn't leave so much space. Maybe this one is a tiny bit too close. Okay, that feels a little bit more uniform. And maybe these ones too are a little bit too far ahead. Let's try to bring them in a little bit. Maybe you are a little bit lower, you a little bit lower, you a little bit like this. Oh, there we go. And maybe you a tiny bit lower. Let's see now. Maybe you a tiny bit higher. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that's volumetrically fine. And I think this one could go a tiny bit lower as well to close in that gap. Maybe even a tiny bit like this. So it kind of fits with the lower side. Yeah, this could be like some engravings on the edge. I don't know if I overdid it, but I definitely overdid it. Well, possibly overdid it. But we do fancy art here. So whoever doesn't like it, he has to live with it, or she, or it. Let's see some of the other corners. This one goes directly into the edge, engraved directly into the edge. This one is more like, mm. I'm not a fan of this one, but still interesting to see some measurements and how it fits, because this is interesting how it connects to the book, although this is kind of thick in my opinion. So we will have to find a way to close this little gap here. Sorry, that thickness. Okay, so what did we do here? We created this beautiful element work of art that we're just gonna duplicate now and put it here. And first of all, we're going to combine all of this into only one element. That means that we disable the path effect now. So we don't have a path effect anymore. We're gonna do the same here. And why did we do this? This is mainly to get rid of the mirrors, because we don't want to edit this anymore at this point. And we could leave those, but I think they will just get in the way later on. And I don't know. Should we leave them? Decisions, 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 decisions. Okay, I have an idea. Let's do it back. Oh, oops, I fucked it up. Okay, that mirror is still there. So let's take them both. Let's duplicate them just to have a safe area of work. And let's group it. Okay, now we have it grouped. For now, we're just going to... Okay, let's duplicate it again. And let's look for a way to transition this to workbook. So first of all, what we need to do is to create a perspective. So we're gonna go to path effects again, perspection, perspection. And since we're going into perspection on this grouped element, we can first of all, let's try to find this is what's the corner that we're going to use. So let's kind of get it into the position so we can work with it easier. This is still pretty big right now, so we're going to make it even smaller, something like this. And I know you're like, what the hell is this? It's not fitting anywhere. But this is the cool thing about perspective. We can take this and we can start making interesting interesting elements of work of art. And I just realized this is looking horrible for some weird reason. And you know why is that? Because we didn't work smart. We didn't work smart at all. Or maybe perspective doesn't work good on this and I'm just wasting my time. This is gonna be a sad episode if I can't make this work. Oh my god, this is not gonna work, is it? You bastard. Why do you do me so dirty? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This looks horrible. Okay, we can still save this somehow. I don't know how yet. Breathe in, breathe out. Don't worry about the thickness. We can modify that easily. But I think this should be around this point. This should be around this point. So maybe it was good that we kept the mirror. Because now we can play with the mirror. To fix that corner over there. Because that corner is definitely way too small. And maybe like this. We shall see. I think we still need to do a few modifications, but the cool thing about this now is that if I go into my path and I go into the stroke and let's put it at 1. Bam! There we go. 1 is too small. Let's make it 2. I think 2 should be okay. Is it? Well, right now it looks horrible, I admit. Simply because it's so close. But let's play a little bit with our perspective here, because I still don't like how it looks relative to the parallel lines that it's supposed to cover. Parallel to the angle. Jesus Christ. We can live with that tiny little thing there. But what we can't live with... Whoa, 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 whoa. So I think we still need to pull it in a little inwards, just so that the corner can extend a tiny bit more. So I think something like this. And now, here is the cool part. Now if we go to this, you guys can see that now I can play with the thickness of... What the hell am I doing? Why did you move that as well? I only wanted this. Okay, so now we pull this, we make it thicker. Good boy. Of course, this doesn't look too great, so we need to pull it up a little bit. Excuse the choppy frame rates. I don't know what's going on. And now we pull this a tiny bit higher. And I don't know what's... Why are you doing this? Oh, it really doesn't like it when I'm so close. Come on. Okay, I did something stupid. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so he doesn't like that. We can fix this. Don't you worry. So this needs to extend. This needs to extend. I think this is a weird artifact that's happening here, and I don't know exactly how to fix it. Maybe if we go all the way down here. Why are you doing this? You need to be right on the... I think we're almost there. Oh, I see what's wrong. I see. Or I do not. Okay, let's leave it like this for now. It's not perfect, but we can mask it here. We'll come with the edge and do something about this. But this is looking relatively fine. It's not burning, but it's working. Let's do a 1.5. Maybe that looks a little bit more in tune with the rest of the book. I think that's a good chunky size. It's still a little deformed, but we can't do much about this. This is what perspective does. It kind of tends to go towards, and it's pretty difficult to work with angled elements as well, such as this, that go into 45 degrees. But more or less, it looks as good as we can expect it. So we can sort of fix this. It's not a big difference here. But let's do the important thing now. The important thing is how do we get a beautiful texture that's kind of metallic. So let's play with some elements. I don't like that. Let's take, I don't know, This actually looks interesting. Let's try to get some colors here, see what we can play around with. This one is dark like this. This one is a little bit more shiny. I don't know. Right now we are just testing around, seeing what we can use for like various colors, it's difficult to do good metallic textures. It's not very straightforward. And sometimes we have to like try and try and try and try and try again until we go insane. And when we get it right, we put a party hat and we go on a ride. Well, look, these ones are very similar. That's interesting. This one is too silverish for me. Okay, so let's try this array of beautiful colors. We shall see. Let's group this so we can easily delete them when we do not need them anymore. We discard them like little puppies that are very fluffy and choppy. Okay, so first of all, let's try something like this. Well, actually, this doesn't look bad. This doesn't look bad at all. Of course, it's not going to be one color. We're going to play with the color transition. And in order to do that, we need to kind of look here. So this one has like this highlight here. Then there is like this darker tone here that defines like the reflection. So it's a very reflective material. But the very first thing we need to do is we need to fix this thing. So in order to do that, we shall come here. We shall take our beautiful Bezier pen. We shall create. Well, this should be a little larger. Anyway, we will fix this afterwards. And go somewhere. Ah, gosh. Hey. What you doing? Did you go insane a little bit? Okay, so we put it somewhere here, and bam, and we close this. Maybe leave it a little bit like this. Okay, so this works nice, but now let's fix this corner here because I don't like it. I have no freaking clue why this is happening when I'm going with zoom in. Kind of need to be zoomed out for some weird reason. I'm gonna try to put it here a tiny bit like this because of the angle. A little bit more. And we need to... Okay, let's save. Let's create this corner here. Come on, corner. Cooperate with me. This one, we need to put it like this. Come on. We need to pull... I see what's the problem. I also need to pull this a little bit lower. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, that works. That looks beautiful. And don't worry, like this little choppy corner here, it's not gonna be a problem soon. Just need to fix this tiny thing, but how do I do it with such a weird angle? And it's weird because if I go full in, I let it do its thing, load, do whatever, and then I need to, okay, okay, take your time, breathe, breathe, I'm not forcing you. Oh my gosh, I don't know, I think it's trying to load the anchor points and it's freaking out because of the resolution or something. I don't know. Oh, I think it's gonna die. Is it dead? It's dying. Are you dead? Say something. Oh god, come on. Move, move. Let me zoom out at least. Okay, okay, okay. So I have zero chance of fixing that corner right because of, I don't know, magic reasons. Maybe if I try it like this. Oh, I see what's the problem. Oh, one of the problems. Ah, well, it's as good as we will ever get it. We can't get it any better than this. So, so, so. Let's take our reference here. So we have darker, lighter, highlight. And since our lighting is kind of fitting in this way, the shadows should be coming something like this. Oh, okay. Now it's gonna be a problem because it's so difficult to select this element. This element is the whole group, so I am looking for... What is happening here? Did I just duplicate the whole thing? Oh gosh. That's problematic. Oh, so that was the problem. We were having a duplicate underneath it. Well, whoops. Like, whoops. Yeah, we're having this duplicate here. And I think we even had more duplicates. Okay, I don't know what I did. Undo. What the hell is happening? Undo, undo, undo. I think we should not delete those duplicates for some reason. I don't know exactly how that works. Oops. Okay, redo. I seriously do not understand what I did here. Let's save. Let me try to... So if I delete these things, Jesus, this is so complicating. Why? Why are you making it so complicated, human being? Okay, I don't need you here. Oh, what's this? No, this is the wrong one. So this one. Okay, somehow I fixed it. Somehow I fixed it. I deleted the extra elements, I think. Yeah. And now we need to use our elements here. So, this path. We need to create a beautiful gradient. And I don't know what's happening. Jesus, what is happening? Okay, that looks weird. Oh my god, why? I'm trying to... Okay, okay, I can live with that. Second of all, this doesn't need to have anything. Okay, okay, you're fixed somehow. But we're missing one element here, and I think I messed it up. This one needs to be black. Okay, fixed it. So. We have this thing here. Let's work with the gradient because it's not done. So my gradient kind of looks nice from one side, but this is a little bit too much. I need to kind of mask it. We can even do it a little better. I think this works nice. But we kind of need to bring in that that highlight, and then we have to make this engraved somehow. Yeah, this is starting to look complicated, and I need to do it here, so 3 corners. How do I do it on the top corner though? Oh god, I'm gonna hate this so much. Let's try this. Duplicate this. I think this also has a lot of duplicated things in it. Okay. And now this group, I also have to set it up. Oh my god, I need to put it on the other side. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so now I have to use the same technique. We are going to go to the path effects. We're going to go with the perspective and move it somewhere like here. And now let's play with the perspective a little. Ooh, poor perspective. I don't think the perspective understands what we want. I don't understand what we want. How much should I go here though? Because this corner should technically be smaller, so maybe something like this. Yeah, and a little bit more like this. And we put this a tiny bit more, and I think we need to shift this. Not by a lot, but enough. We'll fix the weight of the color, the stroke. All in good time, my little friends. All in good time. My little imaginary friends. Okay, a tiny bit over the edge. It's not too drastic. Okay, I think that looks nice. I think that looks kind of correct. And now we need to fix the problem with the thickness of this. Oh, whoops. What did I do? Undo. Control. What am I doing? Stroke. This needs to be a 1, I suppose, because it's a little bit further. Let's make it a 1.2. Just to be relatively close to the colors, to the weight of these ones. This one is 1.5, this one is going to be a 1.2 because it's a little bit further away. So we're going to use the same gradient. What the hell is this? Oh, sorry. This one is the right one. So we're gonna just move a little bit like, I don't know. Oops, not like that. Why are you taking the green? The black, I need the green. So I need to take it like this, and I need to take it like this. So we're gonna put it a tiny bit, something like this. Maybe even more. Well, we have to attract kind of like in this area the eye, towards the center. So the top shouldn't be particularly bright, but we can pull this a tiny bit more. Yeah, doesn't look too shabby. Let's save. Okay, so now we have to take into account two things. First, this is not gonna be sitting like this dark whatever it is. This one is in the center, so I don't particularly like how this looks. Oh, this is outside. Okay, then it's okay. So then we're gonna use something like this first of all. Okay, that looks good. Let's use the same thing here. And the same to you, little bastard. So which one? I forgot which one it was. No! Whoa. This one. And this. Okay, let's see how that looks. That looks relatively nice. Okay, save. And let's see. Oh, we need to do the bottom as well. But before I move there, You see, this edge is just so sharp. It just doesn't feel right, does it? And there is one more thing here that I need to fix. This one needs to go underneath this. Good. Doesn't feel right, mainly because, and I don't know, here we have a few options. We could make this sort of like embed the path effect directly into it. Let's do a duplicate. And let's apply the path effect. So in order to apply it, I had to where was it? Past, remove, reverse, apply. I think it's with just plus. Whatever. Yes, I think that worked. So now I don't need these things. I just need this. Okay, everything is in order, everything is there. I need to put it underneath. We need to make it black as the night. We need to move it out a tiny bit. We need to move it a tiny bit. Oh, I can't move it because reasons. Okay. Maybe it's too visible. But it creates like this permutation. This I don't know what to call it. Something. Whoa, whoa, too much blur. Too much blur, too much, maybe 5. And it feels like it lets it's like in cart within. So it doesn't directly, well, maybe it doesn't look so good. Wait. Okay, let's remove the blur. Oh Jesus, what did I do? I zoomed in too much. Help! I zoomed in too much. There's so many freaking things underneath this. Jesus Christ, come on. Oh, this one. Okay, let's remove the blur. blur. The blur failed. And maybe even make it a little darker. It's not a very visible effect, but it helps. Like all of these tiny details help so much. You guys have no idea, and I think we should put it here as well. We can actually do this. I mean, I know it's overkill the way I did it, because I'm not just using the edge. I could have just put a bit of a stroke here and remove the stroke and but you know, we need to be lazy. Working lazy is working smart. Or something like that. So let's duplicate this. We're gonna make it dark. We're gonna put it under, under. Move it a tiny bit to the left. I have no idea if it moved. I don't think it moves. And I don't know why it's not moving. There we go. Come on. Don't do this. Why are you such a bitch? Work. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Could be better, could be worse. I could even do a tiny bit here, but nobody's gonna notice that. How are they gonna know? How? I think it's good enough. I'm sorry. It's something weird with the zoom. It doesn't work well. Could be better, could be worse, but it's relatively good. Now we could apply the same thing here, but since that is very far and it's not so visible, I think it doesn't matter all that much. This one is the most visible corner, so it will matter. Um, now, now, now. What should we do? Oh, we should do the bottom part as well. But before I move to that, let's do this part here. This one needs to be, sorry. Oh, come on, leave me alone. I want the smaller part, the small one. Okay, we need to make it something a little darker. Or maybe not that dark. Yeah, that looks okay. Because this one is in the shadow. And I'm thinking this one is a little bit too strong here. We should lower up the color here. We should make it a little, I don't know, desaturated maybe. Mm. Yeah, I think that makes it a tiny bit more immersive, if you want to call it. Doesn't push the color so much brighter as it used to be. And it makes the pages a little bit tiny more visible. We could do more details, but I don't think my computer agrees with me. Because we already put so much. I don't think it's the details that's the problem. I think it's all of these pictures. And you know what? We don't need your pictures anymore. Your pictures can go away. Go into another place. Go do your own stuff. References, we don't need them. This one we don't need. This one we don't need. This one we don't need. This one we can keep around. This one we definitely do not need anymore. And this thing also eats a lot of space. The leather. Oh, what else? What else? Well, we could add some highlights to this, but I think that would be a little bit too overkill. And it's kind of a pain in the ass to do that. I think a little bit of simplicity would help here, so we don't overdo it. But let's finish the lower part. The lower part needs some. Let's create a line here, just to know what we're working with. I mean, I can snap it and stuff, but I'm just gonna work it from the eye because I want to place it something like this. I wanna go something like this, then we're gonna go a little bit, well, maybe that's a little bit too extended. Like that. Like that. And we'll fix this, don't worry. I know how to fix it. This should be okay. First of all, let's slowly bring it up from the bottom. A little bit more. Oh, we have a little problem here. We have a big problem actually, it's not little at all. But maybe we can fix it. First of all, let's... Oh. Why? Okay, that should be okay. This part needs to be underneath this. Is this transparent? Am I insane? Oh, come on. Even lower? Lower? Ooh, that went a lot lower than I was expecting it to go. Anyway, that's not important right now. What we need to do is fix this corner and again the problem with the zone. So we're gonna create this corner here and fix it up like this. We need to push this a tiny bit higher. Okay, that looks okay. But now we need to come with a second element. So from this part, we need to put it something like, well, let me see. So the book is kind of going like this. So something like this. And we need something more or less like this, this. We're gonna find a solution to what I'm doing right now. Because right now, let's go all the way to the top and let's make this a tiny bit darker. Maybe even darker than this. I wanna be dark. It's not looking too good. Am I gonna make this darker? Oh, we need to even lower it more. No, I don't need to lower it more, I need to raise this one. Oh gosh. This one. Go higher, yeah, like that. Okay, so we need to do two things here. We need to fix this corner. I don't know if it's fixed, but we can kind of pull this one in and pull this one out. Okay, I think that works. And let's look. Let's remove this guideline. Oops, delete. don't think it looks bad. Probably we could use a little gradient here. Let's see. Why are you doing this? Why? I want you to do it from this. Okay, now that works. A little gradient towards this color. Well, maybe that's too colorful. A little darker. Yeah, that surely fits in. And we need to kind of do the same trick here with the... I don't know about the angle. Is it right? It looks right, but it feels a little weird. Or maybe it's because of this. I think it's because of this. I think this needs a gradient as well. I don't know why you're doing that gradient. But you're doing it. Let's put it a little lighter, a little darker, a little darker, darker. Let's see now. Maybe this one needs to be a little more like this. I'm close, but I need to give it a little bit more vibrance. Yeah, that feels better somehow. Okay, and we need to just add the tiny little thing here, and I think I'm just gonna do it manually because whatever. And maybe even do it in a little angle. Tan. This is gonna be black, like a heart attack. I think we can leave it there. Our book looks wonderful. A wonderful little book. What else do we need to do in this book? Well, I was thinking... let me see. We're gonna do a silhouette. Let's see which one. I always liked the idea of a dragon, but we could do something better. We could get a... I was thinking of getting the head of a Cthulhu thing, but where should I start? Or should I make it a tiny bit easier? Complicated. First of all, let's do something. I wanna type volume 1, but not like this. And I have a billion fonts. Let's just type Times New Roman. Yeah, that looks sort of okay. Normal, perfect. And I could use perspective on it, but I don't think it's necessary because we can just go like something like this. And I think I need to use perspective. Unfortunately, well, there is something that we could use, but I need to first transform it into object path. Yeah, so first things first, let's make it a little brighter so we can see what we're working with. Second one, let's try to use something that I've never tried before. Conduit grid. Is it? No, it's not grid, sorry. My mistake. It's something with the lattice, envelope deformation. Oh, lattice deformation, there we go. Did it apply? Yeah. Did it? Yeah, it did. So, technically how this would work is you just pull these things here. Ah, it looks horrible. I don't know how people would work with this. I think no. No, I don't want to use this. Let's think. First of all, let's make it smaller. Second of all, this is not working. I think I'm just gonna use perspective again. Let's see. Because it's just really difficult to set it how I want. Yeah, perspective works best. I mean, I could use the grid deformation here to kind of make it warp around, but I don't think it's necessary. I think this will work nicely. I think we can put it a tiny bit like this. And then we give it a little bit of a color, a darker color, a more intrusive color, something. It's getting close, Yeah, something like that, let's say. It's still not perfect. I feel like I need to put it a tiny bit more like this. Okay, a tiny bit lower. Does it look okay? No. It still needs... Oh, sorry. Not meant to scare you. Where's my perspective? What did I do with this perspective? Okay, so it needs to be... This needs to be a little higher. This needs to be a little higher. Maybe this one needs a little more higher, like this. And this one a little bit more higher. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Now, could bevel it a little. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing this like this. I think this is a little bit of an overkill, but you know, it didn't kill anyone to overkill it. So we could take our fingers and do some hey, sorry. I mean, it looks a tiny bit like it's popping out, and we can even trick it. To do it a tiny bit more darker. Dark. I want to be dark. Okay, too dark. Maybe a tiny bit more. Where am I using this RGB thing? I should be using HSL. And I should be using this as well. Pum. Sorry. Click, 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 click. Okay, that looks something, I don't know. I think we can give it a little gradient. Remove the snapping. I think we can put it something more dramatic. Why am I going to RGB automatically? I need HSL. I think I should reverse this. Where's the reverse? Reflect. Direct. No. Reflect. I forgot how to reverse it. Well, technically, I just do this. And there we go, we reversed it. But I think this is kind of lame because I think we should put it more like this. And reflect it in the middle. Maybe make it more... Yeah, like that. There we go. It shouldn't be perfect, but you know, it looks like something. It's volume 1. It's volume 1, guys. Maybe it's a little bit too bright. Let's lower the colors. Maybe we should work with this directly. It's much easier to see. Dark. Dark. Yeah, much better. So volume 1. So we kind of want to bring out the elements of the book, to bring the eyes of the viewer here, to see like, oh, it's volume 1. Then this one is like, oh, it has some details on the cover. This one could have been a little bit more, I don't know. I could do them sort of like this, but I think that would be too cheesy. I think it would detract from the elements because we want to put something here in the middle. So let's think what we could put in the middle here. We should put... I'm just gonna look for a free silhouette so we can just work with something. I have no idea what I'm looking for. What's a free website for vectors? Let's see. So we're looking for Creative Commons vector. Cool. So no. Come on, where is Creative Commons vector? Free vector, free commercial use. No. Ah, gosh. Okay, wait. Have an idea. I have an idea. I'm looking for something simple. And I don't want to just slap on a pentagram because it's just too lazy, but I want something, nuanced. I want something that's beautiful. That would be nice. But I'm looking for something. That's too complicated. What should we put on the top? Should be something delightful. Oh, let's look for octopus, because that's what Necronomicons are about. I don't know, see, an octopus silhouette, an octopus silhouette. No, I think that's stretching it. Let's just take a normal symbol, occult, and whatever we reach, whatever we find, we find. Let's see, we are gonna use you know what, let's just, oops, this doesn't work like this. Let me put it in my references really quick. It doesn't want to work for some reason. Okay. So let's pick up one of these symbols over here. These are general symbols of a occult. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing too extraordinary, I think. We're gonna go with this one. So there is a little tick. We're gonna go to trace bitmap, apply. Bam, we move this, we remove this. And then we're gonna go with a tiny bit of this. We're gonna select all of this and path difference? Oh no. Bad. Bad. Path exclusion. What the fuck? Ah, damn it. How did I do it? Intersection. Oh my god. Path intersection. There we go. And now we take this. We put it on top of this. We rotate this a little bit. Bam, bam, bam. We make it a little bit higher, taller. And now we're gonna apply the perspective as well here. Path effects, perspective. And let's apply the, ooh, oh, well, ooh. This looks kind of stupid. I mean, it looks okay, but why are you putting all of those? On top of it. Well, whatever. It works. If it works, it works. So, this is our symbol right now. Sort of. I think. Yeah. We could, let's see, what could we do? We could try to apply, well, we could do it the same color, but I think that's kind of cheesy. I think we could try to go with something like color burn. But in order to use color burn, oh, this looks interesting. No, no, no. Let's try something with red. Not lighten. So multiply, no, 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 no. No. Color burn. Oh, I like this. And let's duplicate this and put something with a red, but let's do it. Not color, let's do. Let's do something like this. That looks too cheesy. This one looks kind of nice. But I think we need to remove some of the opacity. What if I try to do something a little darker here? Pom, 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 pom. Too much. Go with blur. I go with this. No, I liked it. And now this. Oh, this. Jesus, select everything I said. Let's group them and let's lower the opacity. That's not good. Well, something's weird's happening. That's for sure. Let's... Yeah, that kind of looks good. Now I'm thinking... Now, let's kind of try something crazy on top. Wait, I know what's the problem. Ooh, that actually looked... Wait, I found it, but I don't have it anymore. Maybe... tiny bit more. Let's try a gradient. Let's see how a gradient looks like. Ooh. Okay. And I have another idea. I'm full of ideas today. Let's do like this, this, and let's do path. Let's do stroke to path. And let's blur it. Let's make it sort of like should we leave it black and blur it more? I think that makes it look like it's floating. The red, actually I'm kind of fond of this red. It kind of pops up the symbol. Although it should be a darker red though. Yeah, something like this. I don't know. Maybe it's too much. Let's try to remove some of these elements. I think this is the best one because it kind of looks bloody. Yeah. Yeah, this one looks, it's the perfect balance. It's like kind of a blood book. But it's still fancy, you know, but it's still raw because the leather on top is like so crunched together and yeah, I kind of like it. I could do one extra element in here and that is to create like a border for this, but I think that we should leave it like this. I think it's enough, you know? It's like, it's a spell book, it's volume 1. Maybe this one can go a little bit darker here. This one, it's too lighten up. It's too it pops too hard into the. Oh yeah, definitely. Now we can keep the focus on the symbol. And this one is to just relax the eye going away from the symbol. So it's a transition from left to right. I think I like it. I think it's a beautiful Necronomicon. It's not the standard demo of Necronomicon people are used to. Maybe this is a little bit too clean. So let's look for a texture. See what we can find. Maybe something. I found something interesting. Let's see if this works. And it's not gonna work, I think. Nope. Why would it work? Why? Why would it ever? Whoa, whoops. Sorry. Sorry. Didn't mean to. Okay, now let's try to put this with screen. It's not working. Then with dark. Okay, darken works. Okay, so let's try to angle it a little bit more. Let's try to stretch it. It's okay. It's not gonna be. This is gonna be just sort of. Or maybe I'm doing it wrong. Wait. Let's try to just initially stretch it out like this. Then let's try to put it in an angle like this. Yeah, I think that will look nice. And now we need to create a duplicate of this, put this here, put this on top, and now let's create a mask. Well, first of all, let's tell this is gonna be a mask so we know what it is. So now we're gonna set a clip and we're gonna put it a tiny bit lower, 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 lower. Ah, there. Okay, now we're gonna just put it a tiny bit like this. You want a tiny bit of blur. It's just a tiny detail. It doesn't need to be perfect. Oh, it's not taking. Ah, well, never mind. Let's leave it as it is. So yeah, just so that the pages don't look so clean. It's just like a little splatter here and there. So between the pages, just so it gives a little gritty effect. Nothing too extreme, but you know, a little splatter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this beautiful session of just doing the Necronomicon come to life and accepting it as a reality. And that's about it. Catch you guys next time. Have fun. Peace. Bye 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 bye.